All right, get ready, because today we are going deep, deep into the Urantia book.
Diving right in.
Yes, into thought adjusters.
Oh, fun.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
When I first read about this, honestly, my head almost exploded.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it kind of is. This idea that there's this piece of God, this piece of the Universal Father inside of all of us,
Right.
guiding us.
Wild.
Where do we even, begin with that?
Well, so the book, it describes these thought adjusters as these beings that are, immortal.
Yeah?
And they volunteer to come and, live in our minds. As mortals, it's their whole, purpose. They're here to guide us towards spiritual growth and to help us, eventually fuse with this eternal self that we have.
Wait, so it's not like this vague sense of, the universe looking out for you. This is like an actual entity, a being, sharing our mind. That's a lot.
It is, yeah, and it's wild too because they don't just zap us with enlightenment.
Yeah.
They're working with us. They're really subtle.
So they're not forcing anything on us.
No, not at all.
It's more like a collaboration.
Yeah,
A partnership.
exactly, a partnership, and with any good partnership, there's
Growing pains.
growing pains, challenges, and you learn a lot along the way.
It makes you think of that whole idea of the kingdom of heaven is within you or whatever. It's it's not some abstract thing. It's literally this thing's inside of us.
Right.
And it's working on us. It's working on our spiritual evolution.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like
And
their
a personal trainer.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a cosmic
That's
personal trainer
Cosmic personal trainer. I like that.
who's always rooting for us.
Okay, so how do they do that, though? What's their approach?
So the Urantia book, it uses this phrase, and it says that thought adjusters duplicate every mental creation with a spiritual counterpart.
Hold on, slow down.
Okay.
Every time I'm thinking a thought, I'm making a decision.
Yeah,
They're in there creating a spiritual copy of that.
basically, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's almost as if they're weaving this tapestry of our immortal souls.
Okay.
And they're using our thoughts and our choices and our experiences as the thread.
Whoa, that's incredible. But if they're so powerful, why not just fast track it? Why this whole slow process?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, I wrestled with that too for quite a while when I was, reading this and trying to wrap my head around it all. But I think, the more I looked at it, the more I realized that this idea of slow growth, it's not like a limitation. It's more like a testament to free will.
Okay, so they're choosing to guide us, but not at the expense of our ability to actually make our own choices.
Yeah, exactly. Even if those choices lead us astray sometimes, which, let's face it, we all do.
Cool.
But it's they're saying, hey, we see your potential. We're here to help you reach it. But we also respect your journey to get there.
So it's not about putting us on some preordained path.
Exactly. No, not at all.
It's more here are the tools,
Yeah.
do what you will, but hopefully you'll make the right choice.
Right.
Which makes me think of another thing, they don't just choose us at random, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
there are things that draw them to us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What is it?
So the book actually talks about a couple of different things.
Okay.
They talk about, intellectual capacity.
Oh, so you got to be smart.
It helps, but it's not just that.
Okay.
They talk about having this spark of spiritual curiosity.
Oh, so you have to at least be interested.
Right.
Curious.
But then there's this other thing, this really important thing that they mention, and it's this idea of, what do they call it? Oh, the decision to begin the pursuit of the doing of the will of the Father in heaven.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
Can I break that down for me?
So basically, it's not enough to just be smart or curious about it. You have to actually make the choice.
Okay.
To align yourself.
To align with a
1%.
greater purpose.
So it's about really consciously saying, okay, I'm going to seek a higher way of living.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's a great way to put it.
It's not something that's just going to be oh, it's happening to me, I guess.
Right, no, it's active.
If you're making that choice.
You're making the choice, and that active choosing, that's what seems to really, be that beacon, that signal flare that
Right.
draws the adjuster in.
That's both super empowering,
It is.
but also kind of intimidating at the same time.
I know.
Because if you think about it, every choice we're making, every thought we're having,
It matters. Because it's not just shaping, our lives here. It's also shaping us eternally.
exactly.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is.
Okay, but that makes me wonder then, what happens when we mess up? I mean, we all do, right? We make mistakes.
All the time.
Sometimes big ones. Like, what does that do to the adjuster? Do they freak out?
It's a good question. Like, do they just like throw their hands up and are like, nope, I'm out of here? I mean, I hope not.
I know, right?
Because I mess up a lot.
Me too.
But that's what's so reassuring about this whole concept, is that the book really emphasizes that these adjusters, they're dedicated.
Okay.
They're not deterred by our human frailties.
So even when we're at our worst.
Even when we're at our worst.
Even when we're making decisions that, like, later we're like, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah, totally.
They're still there.
They're still there. They're with us.
Wow.
They're described as being like unaffected by things that might like disrupt other spiritual connections, even something as wild as, a planet in rebellion.
Oh, wow.
Like, their commitment to us it's serious.
That's intense.
It is intense.
It's amazing to think that, like, no matter how lost we might get, there's this part of like this eternal essence, this divine spark.
Mm-hmm.
It's always right there with us.
It's powerful.
It makes you kind of wonder, like, what's the end game here? What's it all building towards?
Well, the book, it actually uses this phrase. It talks about God in man.
Okay.
Like, that's the ultimate goal of this whole partnership.
Yeah. So we're not just talking about, like, feeling closer to God or whatever, but like an actual merging,
Yeah.
like a fusion.
Fusion. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's like,
With this piece of the divine.
it's like you become so aligned
Wow.
with the thought adjuster, like so infused with that essence that you essentially become one.
That's a lot, but it's kind of beautiful when you think about it.
It is beautiful.
It's like that line from the text that says that the adjuster is the actuality of man's immortality.
Yes.
It's not just that they like give us eternal life, but they are the essence of our eternal selves.
Right.
It's through this whole, this relationship, this process that we become, truly immortal.
It's like, it's not about, just improving ourselves here in this life, in this material world.
Right.
It's about something way, way bigger.
It's like a cosmic glow up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. A return to our spiritual source, like a true union
With God.
with God, with the source. Yeah. And what's amazing is that this isn't just for like,
The chosen few.
the chosen few, the saints, the
Right.
mystics, the special people. It's available to everyone.
Everybody.
Anyone who chooses to get on that path.
To do the work.
To do the work. Which, I mean, that's kind of, I don't know, it makes you think about every choice you make, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not just affecting you here. It's shaping your eternal self. Exactly. It's like this kind of cosmic resume builder or something.
Oh, totally. So,
You're building this eternal self.
oh, man. And we've got this, like, secret advantage, right?
We do.
This inner compass, this being that's, like, helping
That's
us.
guiding us along the way.
Even when we're messing up.
Even when we're messing up, which, let's face it, we all do.
We all do, but that's kind of, I don't know, comforting in a way,
It is comforting. It's this reminder that you're never really alone.
That's beautiful, yeah.
And that even when things are dark or you feel lost, there's this spark, this light within, just waiting, to be kindled.
I love that. That is a beautiful thought to end on it. It's like every time we do these deep dives, I feel like
What's that?
we end up with more questions than answers.
Always.
But like in a good way.
In a good way, right?
Because it's a journey, right?
It's a journey. It's all about exploring these ideas and seeing where they lead you.
Exactly. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Into the world of thought adjusters. Until next time, keep exploring.